Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to week 3, day number 14 of commercial diving school. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. And if you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave it down below. Now for breakfast this morning, we had eggs and ham. And then we did 8 a.m. morning muster. Straight after that, we dove into our physics test. Now this was the actual test. It had a lot less questions than our pre-test that we took yesterday. But I feel like, well, I know that I did well. I got 100% on it, and I know a couple other guys did too. But mostly, I think everybody passed it. So that was pretty cool that we got done with that portion too. So now we're completely done with physics, and now we finished up our physiology today, and we're actually going to take the test for physiology tomorrow. So we have to study tonight. We have homework to make sure that we review everything before the test tomorrow morning. So after we took our physics test, we were actually waiting around for a while because 2 instructors had to go to the doctor like around the same time, so they weren't able to show up. So we actually spent a lot of time waiting. Some of the guys were getting like a little restless, like, where is our instructor? But one of our instructors finally showed up, and we got started on the rest of the physiology lesson. And then we broke for lunch. Today was pretty good, actually. It was bacon cheeseburger with curly fries and mixed vegetables, and they have like barbecue sauce to dip your burger in, and they had all the burger toppings and everything, like pickles and onions and that kind of stuff. So lunch was pretty good today. And then after lunch, we did some more review for physiology. But then after we got done with that, we jumped into dive medicine. So just to kind of break it down, physiology was more like anatomy. So what kind of things are going on in your body as far as your different organs and structures, like your bones and your muscles and stuff like that, and how does diving play a role in that? How does gases interact with your tissues, and how does your body absorb it and release it? What happens to your body under pressure? That kind of thing. But dive medicine, I noticed, was dealing mostly with all of the sicknesses or injuries you can get from diving. So there's quite a few. There's like decompression sickness. There's like pulmonary. There's something that's POIS. I can't remember what that stands for, but that's another sickness. There's like pneumothorax, that kind of thing. That's kind of stuff that if you're doing scuba diving courses, you learn about. I remembered that from my dive master classes, and so that's basically dive medicine. Is there's all of these injuries you can get just from diving, so you go over all of them, so you know what are signs, what are symptoms, how to look for it in other people, and to know what to do kind of if you have that kind of situation occur. So physiology, more of what's going on in your body. Dive medicine is more like what could happen, what kind of injuries you can get from diving and understanding those sicknesses or injuries better. So we actually got our so when you do scuba diving stuff, you usually go through PADI is one, PADI. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like an international organization that can, give you a certification for scuba diving. There's different certifications like open water, advanced, rescue, dive master, master diver, and the list goes on. But there's also an organization named NASE, which is NASE. Now, I'm already PADI open water scuba certified, but I'm not NASE certified. But that's okay because it's kind of the same thing, but it's kind of cool because I'll have both. So you don't really need both. I just thought it was kind of cool just to have both. I can say I've been through both programs. I know what's the differences between both of them. But what I was told today, which was actually kind of interesting, is somebody was asking what is the difference between PADI and NASE, and our instructor, the one who teaches the NASE scuba diving courses, which we'll be doing open water, advanced, master diver, rescue diver, and I think nitrox with him. He was saying that with NASE, you can actually do commercial scuba diving, which is you're not breathing, air from, mixed gas from a compressed air from the surface. You're, actually scuba diving, but you're doing a commercial job. So in the commercial diving industry, but with scuba gear. And if you had just a PADI certification to scuba dive, that's recreational. But you have to get a NASE certification for scuba diving to do commercial work to actually get paid. So PADI, you can't get paid to do commercial diving stuff, scuba, but NASE you can. So that's why we're getting NASE certified in commercial diving school. So I'm not sure how other schools are because I didn't really look into their programs and stuff like that, but I know that with if you go to CDA, they will commercial scuba diving certify you, so you can just strap a tank on your back instead of always doing surface applied air. Another thing I wanted to discuss was a little bit about CDA itself, as far as compacting all of the schooling into 5 months, because I was talking with other students and we were talking about other commercial diving schools, and the fact that they're longer, like about 7 months, and this CDA is 5 months, and that may be because other schools let you out earlier. So CDA, we start at 8 and we get out at 5, but other schools, they might let you out a little bit earlier, which extends their schooling. And also they might not go to school every single day. They might take like Friday off or something like that, so 4 days a week or something like that. So it makes their schooling a lot longer. CDA compacts all that. You stay at school longer and then you do a whole entire week, so it's a lot of work. They don't want you to be absent at all, just in case you miss something. You only have 5 months to do all of these certifications, all of these courses, all of these different lessons, and to get it all done, you got to show up and you got to get it done. So I thought I might talk about that a little bit, because CDA, I feel like that's what makes CDA different. So if you want a kind of a fast track, but you don't want to skip out on the education, they will give you a proper education, but they'll do it faster. And I heard a couple other guys agree with me that they would rather go to a school that I'm not telling you to go to CDA, I'm just saying that I've heard it from other people, and I agree that I would rather get out to the field as soon as possible. So last thing, I wanted to touch on the schedule, what we're going to be doing. And tomorrow we're actually going to be diving in the river, and we're going to be working on sweeping. So in commercial diving, the water is not always clear. So say you have a job and your diver jumps in, and the water is super murky, the visibility isn't what you would like it to be, and say you can't find where the job is. So to kind of navigate, they do this thing called sweeping, where when you're breathing out, you're letting bubbles out, and your bubbles are going to the surface, and the guys up on the surface can tell where you are based on your bubbles, and they can tell you to sweep right. So because you're constantly in communication with them via your lifeline, your cable, or your umbilical as it's called, and so you sweep, and then they see your bubbles move, and then you sweep the other way. So we're gonna work on that tomorrow, and get more bottom time, because you're supposed to have a certain amount of bottom time in the freshman module, and then as you get to sophomore module, you're supposed to have a certain amount of bottom time. It's just minutes in the water, so that they can keep track of how much experience you have actually diving. And then when you graduate, you're supposed to have a certain amount too. And then the next time we dive after tomorrow is going to be next Wednesday. We're going to be doing standby diver drills. I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but I just want to let you know when I'm going to be diving. And I'm going to try to bring my GoPro tomorrow and do some filming. And it might not be very good visibility, but I'll post it anyway. And but yeah, that's basically everything I had. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you have any questions down below. And thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one. Peace.